Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So I thought I would go through my most anticipated features that are coming in 3.5 and why. This is purely a personal rundown of features coming in 3.5, which I am excited for those of you who are interested. Do let me know in the comments if you feel the same way or not, and be sure to let me know what you are most looking forward to. But with that said, let's kick off with number 10, which is the hard surface shader. Now, although it only mentions this improves texture detail, I believe they also mentioned a while ago it is what's needed to bring the visual wear and degradation to items like ships, weapons and clothing. I'm very much looking forward to seeing my items degrade over time, maybe requiring maintenance or even just rebuying, giving that sense of history and belonging to your personal items and being able to recognise yours out of other people's. At number 9 is the female characters. Now this is pretty low on my list because I don't intend to play as a female. However, I am looking forward to this feature, mainly because it's been a long time coming and I know many people who are wanting this. But also, it does add a lot more diversity to the PU. At number 8 is more challenging AI. Unfortunately, this only refers to flight AI, otherwise it would be much higher up on the list. But if this new flight model is fun and feels great, and I'm very much looking forward to practicing against them in flight combat, hopefully the AI are a little more challenging this time around, as they have been a little dead to the world of recent. Number 7 is this Vehicle Tech Updates version 1. Now this is an interesting one. It only mentions bringing the ability to switch modal states and the new paint system, which are both exciting in their own way, but I'm more interested to see what else it could bring. Does it mean maybe ship lighting states like emergency, low power, auxiliary, maybe locking doors and setting parameters and permissions for people to go through certain doors? There are so many further interactions that can come with ships, and I'm very excited to see if any of this comes with version 1. I'm pretty sure it relates to all of what I mentioned there, but whether we get all that in version 1 is another question. Now at number 6 is this projectile manager. This is the introduction of a new physics system which will improve the projectile functionality and realism. Basically improving how all the weapons feel and hit their target and so on and so forth. Something I feel is lacking in the FPS side of Star Citizen is this visceral firefight. Don't get me wrong, there is still fun to be had there, but I want it to feel good, sound good and have this AAA FPS experience. Something I hope that this projectile manager brings. If so, we will definitely take a closer look at the weapons in game, maybe spend a little more time getting to understand each of their strengths and weaknesses as well, which I will probably create a whole YouTube series based on. At number 5 is the new heat system. Now this is a pretty large and important feature. This is improving the heat system between things like items and vehicles, the heat values in a room system, but all the way up to the ambient heat of a whole solar system. So not only is this part of your ship component gameplay and on how each item produces heat, it is also controlling the heat signatures of an entire system. Personally, I do feel like this one could potentially slip from 3.5. This is due to the magnitude of this feature and the fact that it is still in a scheduled state. Fingers are crossed, if it does come, I do feel like it will have a large effect on how the game and the ships feel and play, but until we get it, it's hard to say how. Now at number 4 is ArcCorp and its moons. Anything that expands the universe and brings further diversity is welcoming to me. We already have a vast play area with Hurston Planet, all the 7 moons that we have in Levski, but with ArcCorp this brings the second planet of Stanton, which means that we are halfway to a full system, which also in turn means that we're getting closer to a new system to jump to. Obviously ArcCorp is exciting in itself and I can't wait to get exploring the new landing zone and its 2 moons, Wala and Lyria. Now at number 3 is ship system degradation. This is actually quite a big one for me. The ability for our components to wear down and become less functional, requiring maybe repair or replacement, is something that I think will really change how our ships fly completely. It could also mean the difference to saving your life or not. Now although I don't think this includes the ability to physically remove components and switch them out or replace them with the subcomponents, I do know that this is the first step to many other systems like the repair, engineering, swappable components and the ship system gameplay as a whole. It does touch many areas, and even if it's just this for the start, I'm excited to get it in and start thinking about the best course of action based on my knowledge of my ship and its capabilities. Now at number 2 is the DNA face customization. We currently have a handful of faces and options to create a unique avatar for ourselves. It is very limited at this present time. This DNA system introduces a huge selection of options, meaning I doubt we will ever see 2 people in the verse looking the same again. Being able to recognise your friend from simply looking at them will be incredible, and as I was lucky enough to get my face scanned to be in the game, I truly hope that I can find my face and look just like myself in game too. So you've probably figured out what my most anticipated feature is. It is the new flight model, which is both in space and in atmosphere. This is going to be imperative to how the game really works. Flight, after all, is the core of this game, and having every ship handle as it should, flight combat feeling fun and exciting again, but also realistic, is going to be very challenging. But I'm hopeful that this new system will make it so, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to get into every ship again and start flying it around and seeing how it feels. I do hope that this is what we all want and it won't require much messing around with after 3.5 drops. If so, I will definitely spend hours relearning how to fly and absolutely loving it. Anyway, that was my list of the most anticipated features of 3.5. Do let me know how it differs from yours. Big shout out to my patrons. If you want to support this channel even further and help me create videos like this, do follow the link to my Patreon page below. It is much appreciated. Follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and I shall see you next time.